Hi, everyone. I'm Dana Ponsky, your guide to college, and welcome to Being Jewish in College's new video series, Kibbutz in 10 Minutes. Today, we're looking forward to learning for 10 minutes some valuable information from Deb Silver, Hillel Director at the College of Charleston. Thank you, Deb, so much for joining us. So to kick off this little video series, my first question for you is, what is the name of the Jewish Center on campus?
Yes. Hi, Dana. Thank you so much for having me. Thrilled to talk about my favorite thing, which is Hillel and Jewish life at the College of Charleston. We are housed in the Sylvia Vlasky Yashik Jewish Studies Center, which is right on campus. This houses both the Jewish Studies program, the academic program, as well as our Hillel.
Very cool. So approximately how many Jewish students do you have on campus? And if you know the approximate breakdown, I know some families and students like to know Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, Reconstructionist, Humanistic, Secular. Do you have an idea of what those numbers might be?
Yeah, so we have around 500 Jewish students on campus. Each incoming class of Jewish students tends to be between 100 and 150 Jewish students. While I don't know the exact breakdown, because when at Hillel it kind of becomes a pluralistic space, we have such a wide spectrum of Jewish backgrounds. We definitely get a handful of Jewish day school students, but if I had to just kind of round up, I'd say probably about 40% Reform, 40% Conservative, 10% like just Jewish, 5% Reconstructionist, and 5% Orthodox.
Great.
I think that added up to 100.
We'll do the math later. I think it was correct. Are there kosher food options available to students on campus? And if so, what are they?
Yes, we have a kosher dining hall that's on campus right next to the Jewish Studies Center. That is part of the campus meal plan. It's called Marty's Place. And Marty's Place is a kosher, vegan, vegetarian dining hall. That is open 6 days a week. It is not open on Shabbat because it is kosher supervised. And through Hillel, we normally we have twice weekly meals, and the ones that we cook in our Hillel kitchen are kosher style dairy, but we also cater once a month from the kosher caterer in town to have a meat meal. So there's kosher meat available on campus too.
Okay, great. In terms of the weekly Shabbat, is there a weekly Shabbat dinner or gathering opportunities for students?
Yes. So we have student-led services every Friday evening, and they tend to be a mix of Reform, Conservative. There's usually some sort of music, guitar playing type of aspect to the service, and we have that as well as a Shabbat meal that is free to all students on campus.
Wonderful. So does College of Charleston have a Jewish studies major or minor, or do they offer Hebrew language as an opportunity for students as courses to take?
Yes, to all of the above. As I mentioned, the Jewish Studies Center that we're in houses both Jewish Studies and Hillel, and the Jewish Studies program here is really robust with a major, a minor, and Hebrew classes. At the College of Charleston, all students have to take a language. So Hebrew is one of the ones that is offered. But for the Jewish Studies major and minor, you can actually couple that with German or Arabic as well. So you don't have to take Hebrew for the major or minor. But about 90, so nearly all of the Jewish studies classes, about 90% of the Jewish studies classes count towards some sort of general education requirement within the college. So you can sort of double dip, so to speak, getting a credit for your minor and a credit towards your humanities requirements. So get the best of both worlds, we like to say.
Awesome. Okay, so to shift things a little bit, What do you think is in terms of the political or social justice climate on campus, is there any issues regarding BDS, anti-Semitism, anti-Israel, Zionist, just anything that has to deal with that? How does the university or the college, sorry, how do they go about kind of handling issues that might involve those topics?
Yeah, so unfortunately, that's a really pressing issue on a lot of college campuses today, and definitely the most common question that I get. Fortunately, we haven't had any anti-Semitic or anti-Israel activity on campus in recent memory. There haven't been, BDS motions in the SGA. The students feel safe on campus. So I can't say that it's non-existent, but nothing's been reported. And I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that Jewish studies and Hillel are right on campus and just a part of campus life. So the Jewish Studies Center, besides, housing the offices and for Hillel and the Jewish studies professors, also has classrooms that any sort of college class could be in. So there's chemistry and Spanish and all different classes in the building. So it's a really comfortable place on campus, not just for Jewish students. So I think that definitely helps with the overall positive sentiment towards Jewish studies and Jewish student life.
Okay. So for a student who's coming to the university, I keep saying university, College of Charleston, what are some challenges, if any, that a Jewish student might face when they get to campus?
That's a good question. I think overwhelmingly, it is a very positive and safe environment to be Jewish. I think one challenge that is kind of unavoidable by being a South Carolina state school is that students will definitely at some point in their college career be the first Jewish person another student has met. I've found overwhelmingly that's met with genuine curiosity and not knowing, rather than any sort of malice or bad sentiment, but just that is a reality of going to school, going to a state school in the South. I would like to add that for the majority of Jewish students at CFC are from out of state. So it's about a third from the New Jersey, New York, tri-state area, about a third from the DMV, DC area, and another third from the greater South plus, I would say. So the Carolinas, Atlanta, Tennessee, Texas, and then we have some pockets from California and Illinois too. So the Jewish population is expanding, but most Jewish students are out of state. But it is still a state school. So it's just an interesting dynamic.
Okay. So what is your most popular and well-attended program or programs that you have on campus each year?
That is another great question. So because Hillel is part of the Jewish Studies program, we are able to offer a lot of really unique learning opportunities for students outside of Hillel too, and with the community and bringing in larger speakers. But I would say the best attended of all of that is our 3 rabbi panel, which we have every year, and we gather a different group of local rabbis and bring the hot button issues and get that take from all sides of the Jewish spectrum. And since at Hillel we are primarily just having a pluralistic experience, it's really interesting for the students to come with their questions, ask the rabbi, and get sort of the whole gamut of answers.
Nice. Okay, what do you love the most about leading the Jewish community at College of Charleston?
Oh man, I love CFC and I love the Jewish community here. I love how supportive students are of each other. I love seeing in the building just students who from all walks of life who might not necessarily cross paths otherwise on campus, getting to connect here. My most favorite thing though is when we have Shabbat dinner and a Jewish student brings their non-Jewish roommate or friend. Yeah. That just makes my heart swell, because to me that says that the student is so comfortable being Jewish on campus and with their Jewish identity that they want to share it share that side of them with another type of person. And I think that kind of says a lot about the CFC community in general, as well as our welcoming Jewish community.
Nice. And my final question is, what is one interesting piece of information about the College of Charleston that you would love people to know?
Sure. So the College of Charleston we just celebrated our 250th anniversary. So the college is very well established, a very well established liberal arts college. There really is something for everybody here. The big emphasis is about becoming a well-rounded person, both a student and a person in general. And I think it is evident in our model of Hillel being part of Jewish studies, which is, as far as we know, the only model like this in the country, that both in the Jewish sphere and just in the general College of Charleston sphere, we are here to support students in all aspects of their identity growth.
So thank you so much. This was perfect. I really appreciate everything. And so for any families or students that are interested in the College of Charleston, you have a really great opportunity to learn more about Jewish life with Deb and Hillel. So thank you so much for doing this with us as part of our project. And we really appreciate it. So thank you very much. And
yes,
thanks everybody.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you.